Behind the velvet ropes of fame and fortune, beyond the flashing lights of Coachella and the roar of sold-out stadiums, lies a secret few could ever imagine. A 58-acre countryside estate in the heart of England, owned by Beyoncé. Yes, the queen of global pop has quietly claimed a slice of British serenity far from the spotlight. Today, we step through the gates of her hidden sanctuary to uncover the estate, the fortune, and the private lifestyle of one of the world's most powerful women. Beyoncé Giselle Knowles was born on September 4, 1981, in Houston, Texas. Her mother, Tina Knowles, a salon owner and hairdresser, and her father, Matthew Knowles, a sales executive at Xerox, formed the foundation of a working-class yet culturally rich family. Her roots ran deep. Matthew, of African-American descent, and Tina, a Louisiana Creole woman with African, French, Irish, and Native American heritage, an ancestry that traced back to Acadian militia officer Joseph Broussard and even Belgian bloodlines from Hainaut, Wallonia. Beyoncé's childhood blended discipline and discovery. Raised in a mix of Catholic and Methodist traditions, she attended St. Mary's Montessori School, where her dance teacher unknowingly sparked a fire in her future by humming a song that young Beyoncé finished with full confidence. She was just 7 when she stepped into a school talent show and belted out John Lennon's Imagine, beating teens almost twice her age. That wasn't luck. It was foreshadowing. At 9, she enrolled in Houston's Parker Elementary School, a magnet program for music, and later the Kinder High School for Performing and Visual Arts, followed by Alif Elsik High School. She honed her voice in church, where she performed solos at St. John's United Methodist Church Choir for 2 years. But her journey from pews to pop stardom was already taking shape. At age 8, Beyoncé joined Girls' Time, a 6-girl group featuring Kelly Rowland and Latavia Robertson. They grinded their way through Houston's local event circuit, hungry for a break. That break came, or so they thought, on national television via Star Search. But they lost. For most, that would have been the end. For Beyoncé, it lit the fuse. Her father, Matthew Knowles, quit his job and took over as the group's full-time manager. He reshaped the lineup, trimmed the edges, and gave them a new name, Destiny's Child, inspired by the Book of Isaiah. In 1997, after years of boot camps, label meetings, and regional buzz, they landed a deal with Columbia Records. Their debut album yielded a hit, No, No, No Part 2. But it was their sophomore project, The Writings on the Wall, 1999, that rewrote the rules. Hits like Bills, 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 Jumpin', Jumpin', and the anthemic Say My Name pushed the group into the mainstream stratosphere. Despite internal shakeups, the final trio, Beyoncé, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams, held firm, dropping chart toppers like Survivor, 2001, and Destiny Fulfilled, 2004, selling over 60 million records globally. With Destiny's Child cemented as a cultural force, Beyoncé pivoted. In 2003, she made her solo debut with Dangerously in Love. It wasn't just successful, it was seismic. The album topped the Billboard 200, earned 5 Grammy Awards, and birthed 2 global hits: Crazy in Love, featuring Jay-Z, and Baby Boy with Sean Paul. This was no longer Beyoncé from the group. This was Beyoncé, the phenomenon. The momentum only grew. Bidet, 2006, exploded with female-powered tracks like Deja Vu, Ring the Alarm, and Irreplaceable. Then came I Am. Sasha Fierce, 2008, a double album that introduced her bold alter ego. Singles like Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It, If I Were a Boy, and Halo became cultural staples. The album secured 6 Grammys, solidifying her status as a modern-day pop powerhouse. But Beyoncé wasn't just singing anymore. She was shifting the entire industry. In 2013, she dropped her self-titled Beyoncé album without any prior announcement. Each track had a visual. Every image was curated. Songs like Drunk in Love, Partition, and Flawless pushed boundaries around sexuality, feminism, and identity. It wasn't just music, it was a movement. Then came Lemonade in 2016. Equal parts album and visual film, aired via HBO, it traversed betrayal, healing, and Black womanhood with raw emotional power. Widely acclaimed, it became a cultural moment as much as a musical one. In 2018, alongside Jay-Z as The Carters, she released Everything Is Love, and her 2018 Coachella performance, later turned into Netflix's Homecoming, was hailed as one of the greatest live shows in history, a historic celebration of Black culture, HBCUS, and female excellence. 2019 brought The Lion King, The Gift, where she voiced Nala and assembled a globally resonant soundtrack. But it was 2022's Renaissance that marked another pivot, this time into a love letter to Black queer dance music. The album debuted at 1 and earned 4 more Grammys. Her Renaissance World Tour in 2023 broke records, grossing over $500 million worldwide. Today, Beyoncé holds more Grammy Awards than any other artist in history. She's a creative force who has shattered charts, redefined industry standards, and moved cultural conversations forward with precision, vision, and power. But behind every crown lies a question. Where does someone like Beyoncé go when she doesn't want to be Beyoncé? The answer, it seems, lies in 58 acres of English countryside, farm in England. Hidden far from the frenzy of red carpets and sold-out arenas, Beyoncé's private 58-acre estate in England stands as a masterclass in quiet luxury. Valued at over $10 million, this countryside sanctuary is not a stage, it's a retreat. Built from locally quarried Cotswold limestone, the home radiates timeless elegance beneath a traditional Cotswold roof of gently sloped ridges and valleys. From the first glance, its mullioned windows, solid chimneys, and finely crafted porch heads speak to a different pace of life, one carved from stillness, stone, and heritage. The main residence unfolds across 3 floors, and every detail, every room, every stair tells the story of British craftsmanship. Inside, the influence of the early 20th century arts and crafts movement in the Cotswolds is unmistakable. In recent years, Beyoncé oversaw a complete restoration and renovation of the house, gardens, and grounds, transforming the estate into something extraordinary, a balance between historical preservation and modern refinement. A wide gravel drive curls gracefully toward the main entry hall, an elegant staircase, and lantern windows that flood the space with natural light, framing views of the inner courtyard garden. The drawing room is serene and symmetrical, anchored by a finely carved fireplace, original cabinetry, inlaid double doors, and a string of French windows that open onto a stone terrace where sunlight pools every morning. To one side, a triple-aspect sitting room catches breezes from all directions while retaining key original features, preserved, not replaced. Adjacent, the formal dining room offers sliding doors that open to a covered balcony, a space made for long conversations and sweeping garden views. There's a charming study, a balanced music room, and a kitchen with breakfast area that opens into both a utility room and pantry, designed for functionality but steeped in warmth. Every space invites calm. At the heart of the home, a 2-story galleried hall rises above with a graceful staircase and windows that lead toward the upper courtyard, a poetic intersection of light, wood, and air. The private quarters on the first floor include 2 romantic principal bedroom suites, each with its own dressing room. 3 additional double bedrooms and 2 bathrooms complete the level. Above, on the second floor, 2 more bedroom suites provide elevated views of the rolling grounds. And hidden beneath it all, a wine cellar, cool, quiet, and complete. But the estate extends far beyond the walls of the main house. A 3-car garage includes a fully self-contained 1-bedroom apartment on the upper floor, perfect for guests or staff. Nearby, a studio or gym overlooks the vibrant vegetable garden, blending wellness with landscape. Outside, Winding garden paths drift through lush, herbaceous borders, where towering perennials bloom in every hue. In the palm garden, protected by clipped yew hedges, rare Trachycarpus palm specimens rise in contrast to the English climate. And to the north, a secluded courtyard cradles a central reflecting pond, creating a mirror for the sky. This is not the kind of home built to impress the world. It's the kind of home built to escape it. For someone who's spent decades in the spotlight, Beyoncé's English estate whispers instead of shouts. It is peaceful, elegant, and full of intention. But once she leaves the garden paths and steps into the driver's seat, another side of her emerges. A quiet collector, a woman who selects her cars the way she does her songs, deliberately, with meaning, and always in motion. Car collection. Alfa Romeo Spider. Among the crown jewels in Beyoncé's garage is the timeless Alfa Romeo Spider, a convertible that effortlessly fuses style with soul. This classic Italian beauty, known for its curving silhouette and vintage flair, is powered by a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine, delivering a smooth yet spirited drive. She's been seen behind the wheel on quiet countryside roads, the wind tugging at her scarf, the hum of the engine echoing through stone-lined hedges. It's not about horsepower, it's about nostalgia. The Spider doesn't race, it glides. Mercedes-Benz V-Class. Function meets refinement in the Mercedes-Benz V-Class, Beyoncé's go-to for family outings and discreet arrivals. With its spacious interior, luxurious seating for up to 8 passengers, and cutting-edge infotainment system, it's more than just a van. It's a mobile sanctuary. On long rides through the English countryside, this is where the twins nap, where Blue Ivy watches movies, and where Beyoncé recharges between cities. Private, comfortable, purposeful. Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud Drophead Coupe. Elegance takes on a new form in the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud Drophead Coupe, an ultra-rare British classic that speaks volumes with silence. With its 6.2-liter V8 engine and soft convertible top, this car is less about speed and more about presence. A wedding anniversary gift from Jay-Z, the Drophead is often seen during weekend drives or en route to charity galas. Its leather-wrapped interior, polished wood trims, and seamless glide make it an extension of Beyoncé's understated grandeur. Toyota Camry. Then there's the Toyota Camry, a car that seems out of place in this elite lineup, but for Beyoncé, it holds a different kind of value. This was her first car, bought before the Grammys, before Coachella, before the world truly knew her name. It's not parked for show. It's kept for memory. It reminds her of Houston traffic, Destiny's Child rehearsals, and early mornings at the hair salon. The Camry doesn't sparkle, but it speaks. Loudly. Each car in her collection tells a story, from youth to legacy, from Houston to England. But behind every wheel, every key, every silent engine start, there's a number, earned, not given. Beyoncé's garage may be quiet, but the balance sheet behind it roars. By November 2025, Beyoncé's net worth had reached an estimated $780 million, according to Forbes, placing her among the wealthiest musicians in the world. This isn't sudden success. It's a slow, calculated climb that began as early as 2008, when Forbes first tracked her earnings. That year alone, she brought in $80 million between June 2007 and June 2008, making her the second highest-paid musician globally. In 2014, she took the #1 spot on the Forbes Celebrity 100 list, earning $115 million in a single year. She was the highest-paid female musician not just once, but across 2008, 2010, 2014, and 2017, a rare streak that few artists, male or female, have replicated. According to Billboard, Beyoncé was also the highest-paid musician of 2016, with earnings of $62.1 million, mostly from touring and strategic endorsements. Over the course of the 2010s, she generated approximately $685 million, solidifying her place among the top 3 highest-paid musicians of the decade. But Beyoncé's wealth isn't hers alone. Together with Jay-Z, the couple has redefined what it means to be a power duo. In 2011, they entered the Guinness World Records as the highest-earning power couple, making $122 million in 2009 alone. By 2012 and 2016, their combined annual incomes hit $78 million and $107.5 million respectively. In 2017, they officially crossed the billion-dollar mark, Forbes estimating their joint net worth at $1.1 billion. Since then, they've only gone higher. Their income isn't just from music. It spans tours, brand partnerships, business ownership, streaming platforms, fashion lines, fragrances, and now luxury spirits. Every move has been intentional. Every brand curated. Every dollar earned with control and vision. So when Beyoncé walks the grounds of her English estate or drives past stone hedges in her Rolls-Royce, she's not just enjoying the fruits of fame. She's walking through a world she built, dollar by dollar, decision by decision. But numbers never tell the full story. Her wealth isn't just from records sold or tours completed, it's from the decisions she made when the music stopped. Because while the world saw a superstar on stage, behind the scenes, Beyoncé was quietly building an empire, with her name at the helm. Business. Beyoncé's empire isn't built on music alone. It's shaped by sharp instincts and full creative control. In 2008, she founded Parkwood Entertainment, a multi-dimensional company overseeing music, film, and artist development. Under its banner, she launched projects like Lemonade and signed rising stars like Chloe X Halle, proving her power behind the scenes. Fashion was one of her earliest business moves. In 2005, she and her mother Tina launched House of Deréon, a women's fashion line inspired by their family's legacy. They later introduced Deréon Kids and a mobile game, Beyoncé Fashion Diva, expanding her presence in digital retail. In 2009, the Sasha Fierce back-to-school line included accessories, eyewear, and activewear. In 2016, Beyoncé debuted Ivy Park, a performance brand co-founded with Topshop. After distancing herself from Topshop due to controversy, she bought full ownership and relaunched the brand with Adidas in 2020. By 2023, the partnership ended, but her creative control remained intact. That same year, she co-designed a couture collection with Balmain, inspired by her Renaissance album, becoming the first Black woman to lead a full Paris couture line. In 2024, she launched Secret, a hair care brand celebrating texture and heritage, deeply rooted in her upbringing inside her mother's salon. Her endorsements are equally powerful. Pepsi signed a $50 million deal in 2012. Tommy Hilfiger, Emporio Armani, L'Oreal, American Express, and Nintendo. In 2015, she became co-owner of Tidal. In 2020, she partnered with Peloton. In 2021, she starred in Tiffany & Company's About Love campaign, wearing the iconic yellow diamond. In 2024, she launched Sir Davis, a whiskey brand with Moet Hennessy, and in October, led Levi's Reimagine campaign, highlighting her track Levi's Jeans. Every brand, every deal, every move, Beyoncé doesn't follow trends. She sets them. But for Beyoncé, success has never been just about profits or power. Behind the business acumen and billion-dollar deals is a steady compass, one that always points toward people. Because long before she built brands, she was already building something greater, a legacy of giving, philanthropy. Beyoncé's philanthropy began long before the world crowned her a mogul. In 1999, alongside her mother Tina Knowles and Destiny's Child bandmate Kelly Rowland, she co-founded the Knowles Rowland Center for Youth, a space for mentorship and empowerment in Houston. After Hurricane Katrina in 2005, she helped launch the Survivor Foundation to provide temporary housing and rebuild homes for displaced families. When Hurricane Ike struck in 2008, Beyoncé donated $100,000 to the Gulf Coast Ike Relief Fund. That same year, she opened the Knowles Temenos Place Apartments, offering supportive housing to 43 displaced individuals. But her giving extended beyond shelters. It reached into healing. While filming Cadillac Records in 2008, Beyoncé learned about Phoenix House, a nonprofit focused on substance abuse recovery. She donated her entire $4 million salary from the film to the organization and later established the Beyoncé Cosmetology Center within Phoenix House, offering vocational training in beauty services. In 2011, she joined the U.S. government's childhood obesity campaign, reworking her song "Get Me Bodied" into a dance challenge to encourage physical activity. The following year, she served as the global ambassador for World Humanitarian Day, and in 2013, she partnered with Gucci on the Chime for Change initiative to promote global gender equality. When racial injustice swept headlines, Beyoncé and Jay-Z didn't remain silent. They donated tens of thousands of dollars to bail out BLM protesters in Baltimore and Ferguson, and helped fund the infrastructure for BLM chapters nationwide. In 2016, she awarded 10 college scholarships to students with financial need. Later that year, she gave $82,000 to United Way of Genesee County to support Flint's water crisis and backed 14 Michigan students pursuing higher education. By August, she and Jay-Z had donated $1.5 million to civil rights groups, including Hands Up United and the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Then came Hurricane Harvey in 2017. Beyoncé created Baygood Houston, providing aid and 75,000 new mattresses to survivors. She also remixed Mi Gente by J Balvin and Willie William, directing all proceeds toward relief efforts for disasters in Puerto Rico, Mexico, the U.S., and the Caribbean. In April 2020, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, she donated $6 million to support frontline workers through NAMI, UCLA, and local community organizations. Her Savage remix with Megan Thee Stallion also raised funds for Bread of Life Houston's COVID relief. Globally, she's funded causes like End SARS in Nigeria, Cameroon's English crisis, Shut It All Down Namibia, and Zimbabwean Lives Matter, along with rape crisis relief in Liberia. In December 2020, she contributed $500,000 to assist families facing eviction during the U.S. housing crisis. By 2024, her Baygood Foundation had launched an annual grant program for beauty students and professional hairstylists. And in January 2025, as wildfires tore through Southern California, Beyoncé donated $2.5 million to the Los Angeles Fire Relief Fund, standing with communities in crisis once again. Her philanthropy doesn't seek headlines, it seeks healing. It's not performance, it's personal. Through every act of giving, Beyoncé has revealed more than just generosity. She's revealed her values. But if you really want to know who she is, you won't find it in a press release or a public campaign. You'll find it in the quiet corners of her life, where fame fades and family takes center stage. Personal life. Behind the record-breaking tours, the couture gowns, and the billion-dollar headlines, Beyoncé lives a life few truly know. In 2008, she quietly married Jay-Z in a private ceremony. No press, no paparazzi, no extravaganza. Just family and vows. Since then, they've grown into one of the most influential couples in global entertainment. But influence in their world comes second to privacy. Their first child, Blue Ivy, was born in 2012, and from the beginning, Beyoncé was fiercely protective. Not from love, but from the world. In 2017, the couple welcomed twins Rumi and Sir, and with them, a deeper sense of retreat. Though the public sees her in controlled glimpses, on stage and visuals through polished Instagram posts, Beyoncé's real life unfolds far away from flashing lights. She rarely shares spontaneous moments. Every image is curated, every word intentional. That isn't detachment, it's preservation. She's built a wall around her family, not to keep the world out of her spotlight, but to keep her loved ones from being consumed by it. Her daily routines remain private. No tabloid trail of school pickups or dinner reservations. Instead, she lets her music, her projects, and her art speak for her, and her children. Occasionally, she shares moments, a home video of Blue Ivy dancing, a quiet photo of Rumi drawing, a silhouette of Sir walking in the yard. But these aren't fame-building snapshots. They're invitations, brief, selective, sacred. At the heart of her personal life is balance, a balance between control and surrender, between legacy and motherhood, between visibility and peace. She may be one of the most photographed women on earth, but Beyoncé has mastered the art of disappearing in plain sight. Her 58-acre English farm isn't just real estate. It's sanctuary. It's where she gardens with her children, sits on the terrace with Jay-Z, and walks barefoot on dewy mornings without security in sight. To the world, she's a symbol. To her family, she's simply theirs. If this journey into Beyoncé's hidden world moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. From secret estates to untold stories, there's always more behind the fame. Join us next time as we step beyond the spotlight and into the lives that power it.